you? Welcome back to this channel. That is the Canadian Lifestyles for New Immigrants. I told you I'll bring you raw and real stuff. Today I want to talk about bills, okay? I have heard so many people tell other people that, you know what, if you go abroad, you're gonna be breaking your back, doing 2-3 jobs to pay bills. Okay, I think that is true to some extent, and that's what I want us to explore. There's a lot of fear out there, fear mongering. People are discouraged to move abroad because you're just so much afraid of coming here to pay bills. My first question is there anybody who doesn't pay bills? Do you pay bills where you are? I think so. I pay bills. Guess what? My mom in the village pays bills. So as long as we are alive, let's agree that as long as we are living, we are going to pay bills. Unless we are in the grave, we are all going to pay bills in this life. But there's now that a little exaggeration there on the bills abroad. I want us to look at that. What are we trying to establish? We are trying to establish, are these bills real? Because the song of bills, is it real? Then why do we pay so many bills? Which are these bills? Okay, who is telling you about these bills? Okay, so the reason I do this is to give you an idea of real life here. I've lived this life for 9 years now, and this is Canada. So I want to give you real life so that you can evaluate your options even before you start dreaming and filling that application. And you can see, is that something I want to go live? Is that manageable? Is it not manageable? What kind of life can I afford when I go abroad, depending on my career choices? Okay, so let us do this. I just want to say first, the people, before I say that, someone is reminding me, if you haven't subscribed, this is a new channel. Please subscribe. Yes. Share. I was reminded that I should be telling you to like my videos, that I don't tell people enough. So please like, share, subscribe. Okay, let's go back. Who are these people who tell people about bills? Because I remember before I immigrated here, a lot of fear that was instilled in me was first on cold, secondly on bills. Okay, cold, we shall deal with cold at another time. I'm gonna make a video just for Canadian cold, but today we're talking about bills. And I was so scared that I'll never breathe. I'm just going abroad to pay bills, to pay into a system, and fit in a system, and I'll never have savings. I'm just gonna be in a rat race and all that kind of stuff. So who is telling you this? First, I want to tell you that a lot of people who tell you about bills, and I'm so sorry saying this, are people who live here in diaspora. And I'm going to talk about Canada because I live in Canada. People in diaspora, they're the first people to tell you about bills. First, they're trying to field away requests for money. And I understand that. I don't blame that. Diaspora people, please don't kill me. It's the truth, right? So we do that because we're trying not, to be overwhelmed by requests for money and remittances back home. We are already supporting our families. We are remitting to this, to that, to that. So you find that we already have priorities. Our bills here become our priorities. So we always tell people, you know what, guys, I got bills to pay, just like anybody else. Okay? The other people who tell you about bills are people who've never gone abroad. They've heard it from other people who are told by other people, maybe who are here or elsewhere. Okay, then the last group of people who are always going to sing bills to you are people who visited this country for a short duration, and they brought their Kenyan money. I'm going to use Kenya in this example because my home is Kenya. So they brought their Kenyan money, and then there's that conversion rate and just how far your shilling can go into the Canadian dollar, the proportionality there. So you find that if you do that conversion, and I was a victim of that when I came here. Every time I went shopping, I first translated that to Kenya shillings, and that kind of blew me off balance. It does that to a lot of people. So if I didn't stay here long enough to understand how the system works, I could be telling people, oh, you know what, it's so expensive, you're always paying for this, you're paying for that, you're paying for that. So let's see the bills that we pay here. And then you look at the bills that you pay. I don't know how much you earn, but I'll give you a few examples just so that you can position yourself. You look at the bills you pay, look at the bills we pay and tell me, does it make sense? Are the bills we pay outrageous? And see, is it something that you can come here? Do we also break our backs? Do we work 3, 4, 5 jobs to pay these bills? I don't think so. You know, people work hard for various reasons. Of course, people who are working minimum wage jobs may end up doing various jobs, but the majority are not breaking their backs. Majority of skilled people here, it doesn't matter whether they're immigrants, they're not breaking their backs to pay bills. Here you live according to your own means, and I've told people that you can live in a $5,000 dollar mortgage house a month, and you can also live at a $1,000 apartment. So it's up to you to choose where you want to live and your expenses. You live according to your means. Anyway, let us see. So the bills I've lived, I'm going to assume that this couple has immigrated to Canada from Kenya. They are skilled. They were working in the bank. They were earning some decent money, like let's say 150,000 Kenya shillings a month each. So they had a combined income of 300,000 Kenya shillings a month, okay? They were living a good life. They were renting a good apartment in a nice place, and they owned 2 cars, okay? They didn't have children, okay? So these people have immigrated here. Of course, they're coming from upper management. I'm not talking about the top tier earners. I'm talking about middle management income earners, because those are the majority of the people actually who immigrate here, or people who have skills, who are working in skilled employment. So then they come here. Guess what? When they come here, they're gonna do a starter job, entry level job. So they could have been managers, but most likely they're gonna work in the bank. So I'll give examples of these jobs that you can do: admin assistants, customer service jobs, bank tellers, accounts assistants, depending on your occupation. So today we are going to assume they are now bank tellers, because a lot of bank tellers are immigrants. Yes, especially here in Calgary. So they came here, they became bank tellers. Let's assume they are earning 50,000 Canadian dollars a year. So they have a combined income of 100,000 Canadian dollars a year. What kind of life can they afford? Can they afford even to save anything? Or are they just going to be overwhelmed by the system? Okay? So these are the bills. I had lived that kind of a life when I came here, so I'm giving you this out of experience. Okay? The bills you pay, they are renting. They've not bought a house. We shall talk about home buying later. So they are renting a house. So let's assume they are renting an apartment. A 1-bedroom apartment is 1,200 Canadian dollars. Okay, of course they're going to eat, and when I say eat, they're going to cook at home. They're going to buy food from Superstore and Walmart and wherever else, and go home and cook. I'm also going to assume that these people are going to buy 2 cars, because they don't work the same shift or they don't work the same place. So they're going to buy 2 cars from the dealership, not from Kijiji. So they have some monthly repayments for a period of, let's say, 5 years. Okay. Yes, so 5 years car repayments, 2 nice decent cars which are like 2 years old. So that's what I'm assuming for them. So which are the bills that they pay? These people, first big bill is going to be rent, 1,200. Then food for 2 people, I can give them 800 for a month. Every week, 200. It's manageable. I'll show you a video of me shopping for 200 for 2 people soon, okay? And then they're going to pay utilities. Utilities is electricity, heating, water, and all that. It can be separate depending on which kind of an apartment they've rented. If they've rented a condo apartment, those utilities could be part of the condo fees. So we're going to assume that their utilities are 200 Canadian dollars a month. Of course, they're paying 2 cars. Remember, we said they're buying 2 cars from the dealership because they want to buy nice cars that don't require a lot of maintenance, okay? Just fuel changes. We shall talk about cars later. So they're paying each car a month 300. So 2 cars repayment is 600 Canadian dollars. These 2 cars need to be insured, okay? So 2 insurances, 1 insurance is 170, 2 insurances, that would be 340, okay? Excuse me. Then of course, these 2 cars are gonna need gas. So I'm gonna give them 2 cars to be fueled at 100, each car 100 a month. That's roughly how much I use. You know, I don't drive like a crazy person. So $100 a month to drive around. So 2 cars, 200. Okay. These people are gonna need life insurance. They're gonna buy a life insurance for both of them because they're relatively young. Let's say they're 36, 38. Their life insurance for both could be $50. Okay, they are gonna need 2 phones and they're gonna go with an affordable telephone provider. So that is going to be $50 each. So for both of them, it's going to be $100. Okay, these people need internet in the house and basic TV. I'm not gonna go for cable. Basic TV and internet is $50. Okay, then we talked about food, we talked about gas, and they're going to insure their household items. Yes, so their TV, their couch, and all that, they can insure that for $30. Believe you me, that is as much as all the bills these people are going to be paying per month. Now look at that and tell me, how outrageous is that compared to what you pay wherever you are, whether you're in Nairobi, whether you're in Nyahururu, where you are. And those are the same bills that you pay. Maybe here we do pay more for insurance. Okay, we do pay more for insurance, but then there are other bills that we don't pay. And when I say insurance, it's only that maybe a household has 2-3 cars, so you're paying extra insurance, which you do pay in your country, right? But those are all the bills. So I don't understand when people keep saying bills. I'm like, which bills are these that I didn't pay? Because these are the same bills that I paid in Kenya. Guess what? In Kenya, myself, and I'm talking on my behalf, I paid more because I paid for extra security. I paid for, let me tell you a big thing that I paid for in Kenya. Social responsibilities. Yes. I know you're looking at me. We still do have social responsibilities here, but they were crazy in Kenya. I know you can bear me witness if you're living in Kenya. You know, there's a dowry this weekend, there's matanga. Every 2 days, there's matanga somewhere. You know, funeral here, funeral there. You're expected to contribute because that's the society that we live in. And we have that social responsibility. There's a fundraiser for school. There's a fundraiser for the church. There's a fundraiser for the cattle dip. There's... you know, there's so many fundraisers and commitments that we have to contribute to, and you have to apportion a budget for that, you know. So here, and fortunately or unfortunately, we don't have that much social responsibility. And you find that the more you settle here, then you're able to limit your social responsibility back home. You're able to limit the remittances because, come on, you also want to grow your life here. Okay, so when I look at all that, what do I want to tell you? We said, let's say this couple was earning 100,000 Canadian dollars a year, which means that per month, because per month, then they are bringing in 6,200 Canadian dollars combined income. Each is bringing 3,100 per month, both 6,200 Canadian dollars per month. When you add the expenses that I gave you there, you know, rent, utilities, insurance, TV, phone, gas, and food, when you add that, you are going to find that their monthly expense, which is unavoidable, okay, is 3,580. Okay, 3,580 Canadian dollars, unavoidable. So one spouse is bringing in 3,100 or 3,200 thereabout. So you find that one salary goes to paying the bills. And these people now have a balance of about 2,620 a month to cushion them to do anything, whether they want to invest, whether they want to, you know, to do anything, to spend that money, whether they want to invest here, save for their retirement, invest back home, buy a plot, do whatever. So they can still have that reserve, which is a good cushion. Okay? So what am I trying to tell you with this? You can already see the kind of life you can live and afford once you come here. Once you land here, if you're working on limited resources, believe me, there are people here who bring $1 million. Good for you. But the people who bring limited resources, you want to start and live within your means, and you're going to enjoy this place. And believe you me, you're able even to save so much for your investments and for your future. Okay? All right. So, so yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. And then you can make the decision. I'm not saying Canada is better than Kenya or than Nigeria or than wherever. Each place is good. Yes, it depends on just how well you plan for your life and your priorities. You can make a good living anywhere. Life here, it's still affordable, and you don't have to break your back and do two jobs. When I gave you that income, that income was from a single job per individual in that family. Okay, and guess what, those are entry level jobs with time. So that is the first, second, third year of your life here as an immigrant. So as you grow here, you get some more education, personal development, you do this, you learn a few things here and there, you're able to grow your income to be more than this. And actually that's usually one of the motivators to people here. There are people who work so much because they want to make so much money, because here the system allows them to take up an extra shift, a second job, and stuff like that. What I want to say is the majority of the people who are breaking their backs is because they're trying to save for something. They're trying to save to buy a home or to invest somewhere, or even to invest back home because maybe they have a plan of coming back home. Okay, all right, I'm not here to discourage you. I'm not here to say, this is better than the other. Do your own soul searching, do your math, calculate, see where you're coming from, see whether this life is worth coming to try. There's no harm in trying. If you get the opportunity, you can always come here. Guess what I tell people? You can always go back home because that is home for you. Okay, don't pass out an opportunity because someone told you, oh my god, you're just gonna be paying bills. That's a whole myth. Okay, I'm sorry to burst that. Everybody pays bills. All right, guys, I will see you at my next video. Share, subscribe, like. Bye. Have a good day.